guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new vlog. Happy Friday. We've made it to the weekend. I'm so excited. I thought we could do a little weekend vlog and just kind of show how we balance doing home projects, things around the house, being productive, but also like taking time to relax and slow down and, you know, practice some self-care. It is a race weekend, which is really nice because I feel like that kind of forces Matt and I to slow down on the weekends and spend quality time together. And it's really nice having a sport or something that you can bond over with your significant other. So I'm really looking forward to it. Rooting for my papayas this weekend because Lewis in an interview today said that this is the least confident he's ever felt in a Mercedes car. So there's that. But Lando did go fastest in practice today, which I'd say means something, but it doesn't, because we all know Max is just gonna blow us away this weekend. He will be rooting for a papaya. I would love for Oscar to get a podium this weekend since it's a home race for him, but I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be a fun little weekend. I don't think I've vlogged the last few weekends that there's been races, so that will be super fun to kind of see how it goes tomorrow and see how qualifying goes. I kind of want to stay up and watch it, but that would be silly of me to stay up until 1 in the morning to watch it, but maybe I will, honestly. Who knows? The world is our oyster. Not really. Matt still has my car, so the world's not my oyster, and he's obviously not here. He's having a little poker night at his brother's, which I love that for him, honestly. And as it stands right now, the plan for the weekend is I'm going to go to 613 Flea tomorrow morning with my mom, which is like it's like a flea market, but it's more curated, like vintage, a lot of clothing. And then while I'm out, I'd like to run a few quick errands. I'd like to go to Winners and I'd like to go pick up some plants at Home Depot. Shocker. In terms of house stuff, I'm going to just tell you a bunch of things I'd like to do, and we'll probably pick 1 or 2 from that list because I've realized with the home projects, it's better to go into the weekend with like a big list of things to choose from. I feel like Matt and I are mood doers. Like I'm a mood reader, but I'm also a mood doer in the sense that like I'd rather have a list of like 20 home projects and I could pick a few off the list than to be told like what I have to do. So some options for the weekend: paint the dining room wall. Some of these we actually have to do because I'm shooting a brand deal on Instagram, like the bathroom renovation. We do have to install the faucet. We should at least start the bathroom tile. I don't know if we should try. What else? Staining the floating shelves. And that's really it, actually. There's actually not too much. So we'll see what we get up to this weekend. And I would really love to read a book. I feel like I haven't really slowed down the last few weekends at all. We've been really busy, and because Matt obviously goes to work Monday to Friday and he can only work from home 1 day a week, my weekends have just been my time to get all of my errands done, which I don't normally like to do. Like it's just busy on the weekends. So I feel like I haven't really got to relax at all. So I'm really hoping for some downtime this weekend. I would love to start and finish The Fury because I suck at reading library books on time. I feel like that's the mood reader in me. Like no, I don't do well under pressure. So I would just rather buy the book. But reading plans for the weekend, I'd honestly love to start and finish The Fury. I'm about a chapter in, but I started it the other night when I was half asleep, so I think I'm gonna have to just like restart from scratch. And The Silent Patient is one of my favorite thrillers of all time. It's one of the books that like got me back into reading as an adult, along with The Wives by Taryn Fisher. But I did not like The Maidens. I actually DNF'd it. I soft DNF'd it. I might go back to it one day. So this is like a real tiebreaker here. And so I'm not too sure what to think of this, but I am excited to give it a go. I have so many library books right now. And I'm also about 20% into a love song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams, which I am loving so much. I mentioned this in a previous vlog, but 7 Days in June was not a favorite of mine. Like it was okay. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars, but I'm loving this so far. And yeah, so I'd love to read some more of this weekend as well. So those are kind of like my 2 current reads, but as a mood reader, who knows, I might throw you another book. I know I'm like 2 years late to the game, but I finally tried one of those like tomato cheese, like feta boursin pastas for dinner. It was so good. Like I mentioned, I don't have my car still, so I couldn't really go get takeout. The only thing I can walk to is pizza, and I just like wasn't really in the mood for that. So I was really craving a pasta dish, and I wanted to kind of use up some stuff in the fridge before it went bad. So we had some tomatoes. They weren't cherry tomatoes, they were just normal tomatoes, but I just like kind of chopped them up. And we had some boursin, so I put that in there instead of feta with some onions, and I had some kale that was about to go bad, so I put that in there as well, and it was so yummy. That's what I had for dinner, and I'm drinking a Pinot Noir, which is really yummy. I really love a good Pinot Noir. And my plan for the night, I don't really know. You know when you want to do a cozy hobby, but you're overwhelmed by your choices and then you don't end up doing any of them? That's kind of how I'm feeling. I was kind of itching to get a new game, something springy. I'm looking for something farmy. I could play Hogwarts Legacy too, but I'm kind of in the mood for like a little bit of a farming game. I'm really in the mood to re-download Sims on my computer for the 100th time and play that for the next 2 weeks straight. But I also kind of want to go on Matt's Xbox and download Baldur's Gate 3. I don't really know. But I also need to finish Pride and Prejudice because I only got about 30 minutes in the other day. And if you missed my spring vlog, I've never watched Pride and Prejudice before, but I've read the book. So I kind of want to finish that as well. And it's not really a movie I could game like at the same time, but I could just put that on and watch that. I don't know. I also have a lot of YouTube to watch. Wow. Watching Pride and Prejudice actually sounds really good. So I think I might do that. Just have like a movie on and then hopefully get into bed decently early around like 10 or so and get a decent chunk of reading done. Matt goes to bed a lot earlier than I do. So at night I pretty much have to read my Kindle. So if he's not here, I love sitting in bed with the lights on and being able to like read a physical book. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I should really get one of those reading lights on Amazon, like the little ones that attach to your book, because the reason I don't get through a lot of library books is because I do the bulk of my reading at night and I read on my Kindle. So yeah, but anyways, welcome to a little weekend vlog. If you guys are new here, we're clearly a chatty bunch because we're 9 minutes in and we're just chatting, catching up. But I hope you guys have a great day whenever you're watching this. It won't be the weekend when you guys watch this, but welcome to the vlog. I can't wait to see what we get up to. And yeah, let's go put a movie on. Okay guys, we're home. I'll give you a little haul of everywhere I went. I ended up getting 3 of these pothos from Home Depot. I like the smaller ones just because the shelves obviously can't handle, well, they can handle weight, just not like a ton. So I ended up getting 3 of them. And I just love this size pothos. Black Squirrel to get cinnamon buns for the race tomorrow. I've actually never had their cinnamon buns, so I'm really excited. I stopped in at HomeSense to do a return and I just picked up a new little headband to put my hair back because I don't know where mine went. It's missing. And then I love this collection of frames. This is what we have like all around the house. The Marlowe the Marlowe Glen collection. And I got this one, which I think is an 8x10 for the library shelves. And I honestly think that this art is really stunning on its own. Then I stopped in at Whole Foods to grab a few quick things. I grabbed some crackers. I love trying new granola, and I saw that the Hemp Heart brand has one. Honey and oat, so I picked that up to try. I saw this brand of candy, Healthy Hippo. I thought maybe it would be similar to Smart Sweets. Oh, sweet with monk fruit. This is hippo gummies, and then these are sour keys. Is that all I got at Whole Foods? Yeah, I didn't get much at Whole Foods. Oh, I also got Matt a scone. Fiance tax. I got Matt a blueberry scone. At the actual market, I picked up this mug. Matt's gonna actually kill me because we have so many mugs, but it's like a ceramic mug and it's so nice. I love the shape of it. It's very unique. I don't have anything like this, so I got that. I got this guy, which I thought we could put our toothbrushes in the bathroom. I thought the colors would maybe somewhat match our bathroom. So we'll try it in there and see, and if not, I'm sure I can find a home for it. And then I just picked up this really pretty spring cardigan. Guys, I thought the colors were just so pretty for spring, so I picked this up. It's a large, and I thought it would be so cute for spring. Oh, I love that. And that is my little haul. So I'm gonna put everything away. And then, oh, Matt put the faucet in the bathroom, so we can go check that out. Podium of the year. Honestly, good on Oscar too. That's some stellar points.
For his second year.
Yeah. It is indeed a few days later. I feel like I always do this and I never learn. I'm like, I want to vlog the weekend when we're doing a bunch of home projects. It's so fun. But Matt and I are both the kind of people, I'm sure everyone's like this, when you get into the zone, you're like in the zone. And sometimes I just forget to pull out the camera. But I think I did a good job of like, I got like a decent amount of B-roll for the weekend. So I feel like it might just be a little bit of a weekend wrap up, like just Sunday basically. I feel like I didn't talk to the camera at all, but we got so much done around the house, which is nice. I feel like especially, well, with a fixer-upper, you're just like never going to be down home projects, but we're hosting Easter this coming weekend, which I think I'm going to do a spring vlog this weekend coming up. And so I feel like having like family over kind of like lights a fire under your butt, not to like do a ton of projects, but to just kind of like wrap everything up, because I feel like if you have a fixer-upper, you might get this, but I feel like get to like the 75% done stage on a lot of projects, and then we're like, yeah, we'll finish that another time. Like there's so many not half done projects around a house, but like 3/4 of the way done project. Like the dining room wall, for example, it's been mudded, ready to paint for like a week, and I just haven't finished. Like painting is the last thing I need to do. I still haven't done it. So yeah, we got a ton done. I'm really happy. I feel like all of these little projects are making me feel like the house is coming together like bit by bit. At home again on our day off, which I'm a little bit stressed about it this week, just because actually I guess it'll be fine. I might just have to go run errands one evening this week, because we're obviously hosting Easter, and I mean, we're not big Easter people because we're not like Catholic or religious, but Easter is one of those holidays that I feel like you either love or hate, because you have the Friday and the Monday off. Like from a work perspective, it's great. Well, not for me, because I don't get paid stat holidays off. But Matt loves it because he gets like a 4-day weekend that's paid, but then nothing's open. So I think I'm gonna have to do groceries and everything on Thursday. We're doing brunch with Matt's family on Saturday, and then we're having my family over for dinner on Monday, which is nice because we usually do Saturday to Sunday back to back, and I just like need that one day break, and things are open on Sunday so we can like go out and about if we want. It was nice to get a bunch of like little projects that we've just been meaning to get done for this weekend. But I think, I don't want to jinx it, but I think spring is officially here. It's going up to 15 degrees today, and I'm so happy. It's going to be windy though, so it probably won't feel like it, but I'm just in such a good mood this morning. I am currently having a little Americano misto. I put some Nutella in it, or like my like good food or good Nutella, the no added sugar Nutella, because I saw this TikTok last night of a Nutella latte, and it looked so good. So I stirred a little bit of the, I guess it's hazelnut spread, Nutella is the brand, into the espresso. Oh my goodness, it's so yummy. It's not overly sweet, and I'm loving that as like a little treat this morning. Oh, that is so good. It's just like the tiniest hint of chocolate hazelnut. So good. Anyways, I stayed up way too late finishing the Bromance book club last night, and holy cow, was this probably one of the best traditionally published romance books I've read in... Actually, no, because I read Ready or Not this month as well, and that was really good too. But I feel like there's just something about traditionally published romance that just never hits for me. I feel like that is why I'm so happy to see bookstores starting to carry indie authors, because indie romance just, it fucking slaps, honestly. It's so good. But this, where did I get this rec from? I want to say Chandler. Yeah, I got it off of Libby, which I feel like the library, like with Libby at least, because I bought a few US library cards. I think you can own up to 10, and I bought them because I wanted to support those libraries in the States. But I feel like with Libby, or I guess like any other library that's like not mine, because I feel like mine is just awesome because we live in a small town, you either have like all your holds ready at once, or you have like nothing for weeks. And I feel like I had nothing for like 2 months, and then all of a sudden this came in, and then a ton of other stuff trickled in. So I feel like I'm trying to get through a ton of my Libby holds right now. But I feel like it's easier to read library books on my Kindle. I don't know, I just kind of gravitate towards my Kindle, I feel like sometimes. So cute. I think it's because it was so unique. I think I'm going to give it 4.25 stars. And I'll kind of like get into a bit more after. Follows Gavin and Thea, and he is like a Major League Baseball like player, and she obviously is his wife. And basically the book starts off by him getting together with his guy friends, saying that she asked for a divorce. And I guess they kind of had a little bit of like an accidental pregnancy. They got married pretty quick, I think 3 months into dating, and they'd been married for a few years, and she had asked him for a divorce. And I just loved the premise of this book. Basically, Gavin's like friends on the softball team, they all come together and they're like, you can join our club. And he's like, well, what club? And turns out they literally have a book club where they read like Regency romance because it helps them be like better spouses. And honestly, I'm kind of here for that. I just loved how unique the premise was of like a husband working really, really hard to win his wife back. I usually don't like that kind of trope. I would say it's second. There's something about the like marriage, divorce, getting back together, second chance romance that I don't love compared to like maybe just like a breakup. I don't know why, maybe because it feels like intense getting a divorce. Basically starts reading these Regency romance books, and along with the help of his guy friends who were like, you know, we've all been in rough spots in our marriage. These books have really helped realize what women want. He like tries to win her back. And I honestly thought it was really, really well done. The pacing was super spot on. The only thing I didn't honestly like, and I didn't like her that much that it brought my rating down like 0.75 stars, is the sister. She really just like annoyed the living shit out of me. Basically, when Thea tells Gavin to move out, her sister moves in to help take care of their twins. And basically then at one point, like Gareth is like, okay, well, I'm moving back in so we can like work on our marriage. The sister's just like still there. And I'm like, girl, you're like a 21-year-old, like go back to your own house. Like, why are you still there? And she was just really annoying and immature. And obviously she was like really protective of her sister, but to a point where it was just like annoying. So I really just disliked Thea's sister so much so that I couldn't give this a 5-star. But honestly, it was a really fun time. I highly recommend. It did come out in 2019, so you should be able to like maybe get it from your library decently quick. And I believe it's a series, so I might try and pick up the next book in the series and see how that goes. But yeah, for a traditionally published romance, that hit the spot. Monday night after I got done, I went and filmed my bookstore vlog like in the afternoon after work, and then I basically like binged that book the entire night because Matt ended up texting me saying he wasn't feeling well. He thought he was just like a bit run down, like had a cold when I was out running or filming my vlog. Ended up falling asleep on the couch at like 7, and I just didn't wake him up because I was like, he really just like needs some sleep. I think he was just like, he had a really kind of like rough, busy few weeks at work, and obviously without the car and stuff, it's just been stressful. So yeah, I literally sat on the couch and I read for like 4 hours straight. It was divine. I had like my ambiance music on my AirPods, and it was just like chef's kiss. So I read the bulk of that on Monday night, and then oh wait, that was literally yesterday. Yeah, I read the bulk of it yesterday. Then I started Acts of Service by, who is this by? I want to say like something Fisherman, Lily Fisherman. Oh, it was close, Lillian Fishman. And this was a literary fiction rec that I got from TikTok. This is pretty short. I think it's like only 200 pages. I also want to say that I think I'm going to, not next week, I want to wait till I have a real full work week, because I feel like a holiday weekend is not like, it's a pretty like biased time because you're going to get a lot of reading done. But I think my reading vlog for April is going to be like a how much I realistically read in a week, so you guys can kind of see. Like I feel like when I film reading vlogs, I just like give updates, but I thought it could be fun over the course of like a Sunday to a Saturday or a Sunday to a Friday, just share like when I'm reading, how many pages I read and stuff, so you guys can get an idea of how much I read. But this book is kind of interesting. It's a sex heavy book, but not like in a spicy way. It's just, I feel like a lot of these coming of age stories of women are obviously about like sex and exploration and stuff, which I'm fine to read about. I think it's like a normal part of life. And basically it's about this girl named Eve, and she has, you know, this girlfriend she's had for a few years. She's in her mid-20s, and then she meets Olivia, and then Olivia introduces her to her, they're not dating, boy toy, and then it's kind of all about her like falling into this world of like desire and threesomes, but it's not really like, it's not raunchy or spicy at all. It's more about like the connection and the jealousy that happens, and it's like more entertaining. Like I said, it's not spicy, it's not like graphic or explicit. It's just kind of all about those relationships and connections in your 20s. I think it's one of those books that I feel like what I've learned about literary fiction is that it can be like a fun, not like lighthearted read, but like a fun, entertaining read, but have a deeper meaning. And this does having sex like reveal to ourselves and having and others, and how do we put what we think we want with what we actually do want? How do we process the feelings of what we think we should want from sex with what we get, and all this kind of stuff? And anyways, it's a really good read, and just kind of talks, like I said, all about like sexuality and sex. How many times can I say sex, 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 sex? Yeah, it's not like explicit or like detailed by any means, but more just about those like relationships and navigating, I guess, like exploring your sexuality. So about 30% of the way in, but only because it's like 200 pages, I want to say, and that's also a Libby hold, so trying to get through a lot of those. So the plan for today is the roofer is actually coming to take her chimney off finally, which is really exciting, and that shouldn't take too long. I think he said it'd take like about an hour or so. They're really just like literally knocking our chimney down and then flashing it and putting a new piece of tin on. Give you guys some bathroom updates. We're making really great progress on that, which I'm really excited about. I really want to do some coloring this morning. I love coloring with an audiobook in. I'm back on my manacled, trying to finish it. I had to take a little bit of a break. It was getting like a little heavy, but I honestly just found with a book that long, I think it's like 1,200 pages. At some point in the middle, I kind of felt like burnt out in the sense that like I wasn't making progress. Like I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm still only 40% of the way through. I was kind of getting discouraged, and I just like wasn't really like paying attention to what was going on. And I kind of felt myself like, I have it on my Kindle too. I was like just kind of speeding over, but I know it's one of those books that I'm just going to be so sad when it's over. Like I'm just such a big Harry Potter person that I want to take my time. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a break from this for now until I'm like really ready to get back into it and like enjoy the book. So I'm back listening to that on audiobook, and now that the weather's getting nicer and we're taking a lot of walks again, it's just, I like having an audiobook to listen to. I also have to film the haul for my bookstore vlog and post that this afternoon. It's already edited. I just have to post the haul, but I think I'm gonna do that this afternoon after the chimney people or the roofer's gone. And what else did I want to do? Oh, I need to put up the floating shelves. They're just in the back drying off because I sprayed them with sealant yesterday. Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you guys, we watched Poor Things finally. We watched Poor Things, and I feel like you either love or hate that movie. I personally was absolutely blown away by it. I also feel like too, if you're like someone who doesn't like reading about sex, like you're very like closed door books, you probably would enjoy it. Like there definitely is a lot of like explicit content in that movie, but I actually just downloaded the book on my Kindle. It was on sale on Amazon the other day. I really want to read the book now. I thought it was incredible. I could go on and on and on about that movie, and to me that movie was like a literary fiction book with like the deeper meanings, and like, you know, the first part of the movie being black and white, and then when she leaves the house it's in color, and the black and white is also because she has the mind of a toddler, and it just, oh my goodness, so well done. I love that. His name is on the tip of my tongue. The director. I love his work. I've watched previous movies of his and I just love his directing style. I loved the cinematography of that movie. Ruffalo did an exceptional job. I'm a huge fan of his. And I mean, Emma Stone just gave the performance of a lifetime, and I absolutely loved it. It was definitely weird. Matt said it kind of gave him that same vibe of like Saltburn. Like it was just a really weird movie, but he couldn't stop thinking about it after. And I just think it was so odd, but so well done, and played such great homage to classic horror films as well, like Frankenstein. Anyways, if you guys have watched it, let me know what you think down below, but I could go on and on. It's like that TikTok sound. It's like, I could go on in heavy detail, and I will. Amazing, in my opinion. A little bit of a longer movie. I could see how people don't like it. Like I had a few people be like, that movie was like, just like so shitty, and I was like, okay, like I understand how people can see that. Like I feel like it's like kind of one of those books that you either like love it or hate it, but I loved it. I thought it was incredible. Absolutely blown away. I can't stop thinking about it, and it's been like 4 days since we've watched it, so I'm really excited to read the book. And yeah, let's hang out for the day together, shall we? Wanted to kind of share some more details about my coloring stuff with you guys. So this is the 80 color Ohuhu. There's a ton of different packs. This is like a huge pack, like a 200 pack. I feel like the 80 pack is a good mix of most of the colors you're gonna need, and they always go on sale. I ended up ordering from Amazon.com, not Amazon Canada, because the price was better, and it's in Canadian anyways, and it ships here. It's just on the US website. So if it's expensive on the Amazon Canada website, check the US site, but I love them so much. I use just like this is literally from our Good Food box, like a paper underneath when I color, not because the colors bleed through, but just because a lot of the coloring books, the pages are really thin. So As you can see here, it went completely through, and these markers don't bleed a ton. I have some books with thicker pages. I don't find they bleed super intensely, but as you can see here, I forgot to kind of put the piece underneath. And yeah, you could probably buy nicer things like on Amazon, like a coloring like guard between pages, I'm sure, but I just used a piece of cardboard. But I really love this book. I shared these on my TikTok, but these are really similar to the Bobby Goods books if you want some, but maybe that are a bit more affordable and not out of stock. I'm not saying Bobby Goods aren't worth the price, because I definitely think they are. They're all hand drawn, but these are just a bit more affordable, and they're not, obviously on Amazon, so they're not out of stock. This one is Cozy Coloring in this Claw Book Cove, and I will link them down below. I have like a little, I don't really know how Amazon storefronts work. I'm not good at this whole Amazon influencer thing, but I have a folder. I can link it down below with like all of my cozy hobby supplies, including my markers. So I'll have that linked down below. This one has more of like an around the city vibe, like coffee shops, bookstores, ice cream. This one is just kind of more of like spring scenes. And then this one is more of like a square shape. This is like a normal size coloring book. So anyways, that's kind of what I've been coloring lately. Just decided to get a little bit ready for the day, and I just filmed a little get ready with me. Well, it's not get ready with me TikTok, but I like filming short form content like when I'm getting ready and multitasking. I've realized if I want to balance it all, that's kind of how I have to do it. And I feel like I found a really good balance with short form. And well, YouTube's not going anywhere, let's be real. Or at least for me, it's not. I'll be on this platform until there's literally no one watching my videos. And I just filmed like a little things we've learned in the first 6 months of having a fixer-upper. So I'm really excited about that. I feel like there's a personal like connection element to doing like a little get ready with me while chatting. So I'm trying to lean more into the multitasking element of short form content. And I really want to try that Delaney Childs ponytail thing. No, it's like a little bun. It's like a messy bun. I thought that would be fun, except my curtain bangs are so, these are my curtain bangs. They're so grown out. And I'm just trying to see how we're gonna do this, because I need like a long piece, maybe like that piece, but like this is my, oh, my curtain bangs are so thick that like I think that's good, but then I have to leave like a long piece, so like that, and then you kind of just make like a messy, I have no idea what I'm doing. We're just gonna do this together. What is my hair doing? He does it with two, but I'm just gonna do it the way that I do it. But I just think that's like a little unnecessary, because I can make a pretty good messy bun with just like one ponytail. But I guess the point is you're gonna have like pieces out. But okay, I think I'm gonna imagine I was just like, that's the tutorial. Like so. Oh, she's cute. The only thing is I feel like this from the back is not gonna look very cute. Nope. I love that I'm doing this, and I know it's like super windy outside and it's not gonna last. Let me go find some bobby pins, one sec. I want it to like kind of drape, which is so strange because I hate when my hair pieces like drape. Way with leaving this whole section down. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave this for a little bit. I'm gonna edit my little TikTok, and then I'll be back for the final reveal. Okay guys, it didn't work out the greatest. I feel like my curtain bangs slash like layers are just like at an awkward length right now. Love the hairstyle, but I'm not really about like the effortless hairstyles that you actually have to put a lot of effort into. It's just not for me. I guess if my hair was already curly, it would be fine, or like my natural hair, but this like honestly was a lot more effort than putting it in a claw clip. And watch, it's just gonna end up in a claw clip in about 2 hours from now. I've been a claw clip in about an hour from now, but it's cute. I told you guys it would take literally an hour before my hair was up in a claw clip, mainly because I feel like I'm gonna be doing stuff from behind and y'all don't want to see that crazy ass bun in action. But if I'm being real and raw right now, Delilah's driving me absolutely fucking bonkers. I don't share a lot of the lows of her because I feel like it's kind of like a child or like a partner. Like I'm not just gonna come online and like shit talk them. But she is a handful. I love her to death, but she's a handful. especially now with it being spring and all the animals coming out. She's a hunter. She has hunting instincts in her. She has a prey drive like nothing I've ever seen, and she just paces the house all day. And once again, I've said this before, like I worked in the vet industry growing up, like we stimulate the crap out of her. We do a lot of enrichment time, like we do it all, and she just doesn't get tired. I think it's an age thing too. Once again, I said that she's about a year old, but because she was in like the pound, I think she had a lot of regression. So we do have to treat her like a puppy. Yeah, I ain't talking about you, Bean. But some days it's just like, obviously I'm not saying it's comparable to having a child. I don't have a child, but to me it's like, you know, you're gonna have good days and you're gonna have bad days. And today is just one of those days where I really wish I could get out of the house, and I do, like I go for walks, but I just like, I want to like go do something, you know? But I don't know why I'm scared to admit this, because like everyone is messy at some point, but my biggest flaw around the house is that because I work from home and I'm home all the time, I don't clean up the kitchen like in the mornings. Like when I have breakfast, I wait until like 3 p.m. to clean up the kitchen, as you can tell. After my coffee, like there's just stuff everywhere. And then come the afternoon after I eat lunch and I see everything everywhere, I get so overwhelmed and anxious. Like just be better about cleaning up earlier in the day. So that's something, Carter, when you're editing this, put this on your April goals. Be better about cleaning the house up. It takes like a few minutes. I feel like if I were to clean up like after I make my coffee, after I make my breakfast, it takes not even 5 minutes each time. But because I've left all of this, now it's gonna take me like 20 minutes, and I'd rather just clean up as I go. So that's something I'm trying to improve on. My coffee is like literally here. The milk frother is just sitting on the counter. It's a mess. So I'm gonna do a really quick tidy up. This is literally where she sits all day. She looks really, really cute, but then she'll start whining. Then she'll start pawing at the door because she sees a squirrel. Lila, what are you doing? Are you hunting for squirrels? Are you hunting for wabbits?
ETL Echo presents Manacled by Senlin Yu. Chapter 47.
Okay, the shelves are done. I'm pretty proud of them, honestly. I didn't really pick up the best cut of wood, if that makes sense. It was literally like the last, not a 2x4. I think 2x4 is just what we all know, but like it was a 2x8 or something. It was literally the last one there, and I wanted to do the shelves so bad that I was like, I'm just gonna get this piece of wood. But the nice thing is that this piece of wood was like $8, so we can just get a new one down the line. Yeah, this was also my first time staining wood, and I feel like a floating shelf is a good one to start with because obviously you don't really see like the top, the long part of it. You just see the side. I watched a ton of tutorials, and you know, I've mentioned this before that like home ownership and even like renting a home really, and this whole journey of having a fixer-upper is all about trying things. And I'm someone who is a total perfectionist. I hate trying things if I'm not going to be perfect at it, but I've realized that that's how you learn, how you evolve as a person, and how you get handier around your house is to just try and learn. Like, you're never going to know how to do it if you never try. By no means are these shelves or this wood staining close to perfect. I know, I'm very aware, don't need to comment that. I don't think I sanded them enough, and I don't really like, I'm slowly learning how to stain wood, and there's a few different ways you can do it, but I don't think I let it, well, I actually like the color that they turned out, but obviously if you leave it longer it'll be darker, if you leave it shorter it'll be lighter. I ended up doing 2 coats of this, and I used, I think it was Early American was the stain, and I really, really liked it. But as we can tell, there's like some spots where it like seeped over like the side here because I put too much on it and it like poured over. Anyways, here are the shelves. I love the color. Like I said, this is Early American, and you can obviously go darker or lighter with it. The sides, see, this is where I made a mistake. I didn't sand, I don't know why, I didn't sand the sides, like the rough sides, so they are a lot darker obviously. And yeah, these shelves like aren't the best. Like one of them, this one has like an accidental hole here that Matt made. Here's the other piece. This piece of wood in general just has a bit more character to it. It has like a lot of, what would you even call this? Like indents in the wood? I don't really know what you would call it, but I think it gives it a bit more character. So, and then once again too, I kind of like, you can tell it's darker here because I let the stain kind of seep over the sides, and the edges are pretty dark. But I'm going to put these up, and then you guys saw in the little haul on Saturday, I just picked up the smaller pothos. I have to water them though actually and find them a pot. And I got to organize the books. I don't know if you guys can see it. I have a huge, wow, I'm just like in such a chatty mood today. Huge pile here of books. I need to find a home. And one thing about me is I could spend all day, every day organizing my bookshelves. Like I just think it's so therapeutic. I'll put in a little podcast, audiobook, YouTube, and just organize away. There we go. I need to go in after though and erase all these pencil marks. A plant here. I definitely need to water them though. I do know that. Up here or something. And then I have bookends somewhere. I just need to find them. I honestly have no clue where they are. So I do have some bookends that we can put up. I'm kind of scared they're gonna fall down. I don't think they will. I think they're good. I didn't change too much. These are kind of just like my overflow, I'd say. We've definitely gotten to the point where the baskets had to come out. I have like some Lego here. I had to order, it's gonna sound so funny. I had to order Lego for work because we have to do like a wellness segment for every conference. So I thought it'd be really fun for like the people to build Lego. And I got like a free gift with purchase because I spent like $500 on Lego for work. Obviously I'm gonna get reimbursed, don't worry. And they sent me some free Easter gifts. So I thought those would be really fun to make in the spring vlog. So I just have those here along with like, I picked up this frozen castle that I haven't built yet. So I just have some Lego here, overflow. I rearranged the Harry Potter books because as I read the Guild series, this is obviously like, I think it's a 6-book series and they're re-releasing the covers. This will go here. I'm gonna put the mini Lima books probably on a floating shelf like to display because they're obviously beautiful, but for now I'll keep them here because I don't like to have anything like really empty. So they'll be kind of placeholders for the rest of the Plated Prisoner series. And then what else? Oh, I finally have book 4. No, book 3. I was missing book 3, so I have that. So this is all complete except I'm missing Chain of Gold in this cover. I have it in the collector's edition that I don't want to get rid of, but that is the only one I'm missing. It like almost fits on the shelf perfectly. And then what else? My lit fic shelf is growing so fast because I'm currently in a lit fic era, and I love them because they're always so colorful and fun. And I've just been kind of throwing some plants in here, and because we get a ton of light, obviously the window's right behind me, so I figured it'd be fun to add some plants in here. Updates to the bookshelves, not much. I just kind of had to put some books in their homes. I also put Harry up here. You can't really see him, he's kind of hiding, but I'm just so happy with how these shelves turned out so far. Really cute. They're obviously like not styled perfectly, but I will say I love that the frames from HomeSense or like Marshalls, they come with nice prints on them. Like I could totally just leave that and it looks really nice. Really happy with how those turned out. I have all my library books there. And yeah, I'm really happy. But like I said, definitely a bit of an amateur job with the wood staining, but I'm always, you know, I'm always learning. Okay, you guys, I figured I'd end this off with the bathroom updates. Yes, we have a towel down because we don't have a bath mat. I feel like the vanity is the biggest difference. So we changed out, obviously, the faucet, and I can link it. It's from Amazon. Honestly, it's really great. Matt said it was pretty hard to install, though, because the instructions were not in English, and he had to do some MacGyvering, but it looks really pretty, which is really nice. And then I'm so happy with the vanity color. I really wanted to replace the vanity, but we couldn't really find one that was in our budget because we were trying to do this project like mega on a budget. And this one works. It just has some like flaws. Like this doesn't really, like this doesn't really close all the way, but I mean, it still works. It's still functional. It still holds our stuff. So it wasn't like a reason to get rid of it. And I'm so happy with it. I'm really happy with how the handles turned out. I had never rub and buffed handles before. And I love rub and buff because it's a wax finish. So it's like immediate drying, which is great. And I loved the design of these handles, but I obviously just didn't love that they were silver. And so I'm really happy with that. I do still have to do a top coat on the vanity. I just haven't figured out which one I want because some like polyurethane top coats can kind of alter the color a little bit, so I just need to do a bit more research, and that probably means I have to like touch up a few spots that have been dinged, but not a big deal. Really happy with the color of it. And I originally wanted to peel and stick, or sorry, contact paper the countertop, but I decided to take a bit of a risk and keep it black, and I actually really love it. A little bit out of my comfort zone, but I really like it. Honestly, I think it looks really good. Up these acrylic shelves, which don't mind the paint swatches I need to paint here still, but I hung these up last weekend. I hung these up on Friday night actually before I started the vlog, and I really love them. They're not like really our style. I find the acrylic to be a little too modern for us, but obviously we have a pretty small bathroom. We only have one full bathroom with all of our stuff in it, so I just need something that was going to be functional but also out of the way. Like when you walk into the bathroom, you don't see them, which is what I wanted. I didn't like, well, first of all, the over the toilet little organizer thing actually broke, so we had to throw it out anyway. So we just needed something that was better storage, but this works really well. And here's the mirror that I thrifted in my thrift with me video. It was $7.99. I love it so much. I was a little worried about having a very detailed, like thick mirror, like intricate detail, but I think it turned out really great, and it really adds something to the wall here. So really happy with that. I still have to go in and rub and buff the little pieces here, like the little blue parts, but for the most part the frame is painted. Kind of silly right now because we only had one light bulb left, like extra to put in here, but we ended up going for a black light. This was actually on sale on Amazon for like $40 on the spring sale day. I originally wanted to do a gold one, but I just thought it would maybe be a bit too much gold, and I think it looks so good. We still have to obviously change out the switches and stuff like that, like a little picture up on here. And yeah, not too much is changing about the tub, except we're replacing shower head, because obviously with it being a clawfoot tub, the diagonal shower heads aren't great, so we got one that goes like up and over, so it just like falls right down instead of shooting at an angle, because obviously it can get in here. Nothing's changed over here because this was already here. All we have left to do is to paint this, because this is unfinished like shiplap. They never painted it, and I had to touch up a bunch of holes, so that's my main project. I also have to paint up here. Oh, we took the chandelier down, which I think I shared a clip of. We're gonna leave this up here because we want to keep the wiring for a fan one day. But yeah, I want to paint this the same color as the vanity just to give it a touch up, because like here you can see there's like they tried to paint it, it's a different color, and there's also a hole here that I need to like putty up. So I want to give this a little refresh on the ceiling as well. And then of course the big thing is to do the flooring, which we might get to this weekend coming up. I don't know. We'll see kind of how busy it is with Easter. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it's coming along, and I'm just like really proud of myself for this project. Our first like real makeover in this house, and I'm just so happy with it. So chip truck takeout night. Oh my gosh, look at those hot dogs. I'm so excited. And then we've got a tin. Oh my gosh, looks so good. And then some onion rings.